Hey everybody, it's Jen from Geigley Knits, and today I actually have some finished knitted projects to share with you, and it's about time. My last couple of videos have been weird DIY projects and other things that are not knitting related, so today is knitting, I promise, and it's totally that season. I'm sure you're feeling it too. I have all of a sudden felt like I really have to finish all of my little short sleeve projects that I've had on my needles for a while, including this sweater, which I've talked about many a time. This is my Me Time tee. I'm just gonna show it to you, which I finished over the weekend, and I'd say it is pretty much perfect. I'm so happy with it. It's like the perfect piece for this time of year. Like summer into fall. It's a good layering piece. I made it in this real neutral color called Birkenstock, and it's Madelinetosh wool plus cotton, and it's my design. It's called the Me Time Tee, and I made it for Madelinetosh last winter maybe. So I knitted a Me Time Tee then, like maybe December or January, and it was sort of a lighter, almost pink kind of neutral color. And then I came across this color called Birkenstock, and I just felt like this would be so cute even with like some olive green pants, which I wear a lot. It's really cute, and I encourage you to go make one because it's really fun. It's a real classic piece. It's just a nice crew neck, short sleeve, which it's kind of a longer short sleeve, but if you want to make it shorter, you absolutely can stop whenever you want. Just try it on as you go. It's a top down, so you can try it on any step of the way. And I suggest like a 4.5 inch sleeve from the underarm down, but you can totally go shorter. You can make this a long sleeve sweater too, and just do some decreases. This is a straight sleeve just because it's a short sleeve, so there's no decreases here. But if you wanted to make it a long sleeve, you could just add a few decreases and taper it down. I have to say it's a really good fitting sweater pattern. It's a raglan, and it's just a classic piece that I think we all need in our wardrobe. So yay, you have seen me share this at various steps of the knitting process. It did not even take that long to finish, and I knew it wouldn't, but I'm glad I got it done, and now I'm so happy I can wear it this fall, and it's just easy. It's like an easy throw on piece, and I really like this color. So that's that. Another thing I just finished recently is this Loopy mango puff sleeve. I'm gonna look it up because I always say it. I have it right here. 1 second. Loopy mango mohair puff sleeve top in Mohair So Soft yarn, and it's called Mimosa, this yellow. And this was really fast. I almost made this in a weekend, I think, and it's on US 17 and 19 needles, and it was a dream, and now I want one in other colors too. There's one that's almost this color that's called Milk Tea, I think. It's almost like a pinkish tan something, and this one is a little bit big. I thought I needed a size up, but maybe I should have gone a size down. But I do still love this, and I love kind of an oversized sweater anyway. It's extremely light. It's like light as a feather, super fun to wear. I want to play with some styling options, and Loopy Mango has awesome styling suggestions just in their Instagram, and all their photos are so amazing. So if you want some fun outfit ideas with some brights, go check out Loopy Mango. But yeah, this is another finished object that is recent. I thought I'd throw this on just for fun really fast, just so you could see it. It is really cute and fun to wear. Here's the whole thing. I do not have an undershirt under this right now, and I would normally totally wear something like a little collared shirt or even just a t-shirt underneath, but it's really fun to wear. It's really light and bright and kind of a fun little shape, just kind of boxy, and then these little kind of slightly puffed sleeves. But yeah, I blocked it once, no drying or anything because it's mohair. You don't want it to shrink up. But the blocking really helped with some of the little shedding. You know, there's like a lot of little mohair particles, but Now it's really calmed down a lot, and I think it'd be really fun with some different pants and a different shirt underneath. I have no shirt underneath, but I really like how it turned out. I think it's cute and fun, and I want to make another one for sure in that milk tea color. Another project I've had on the needles forever, and you've seen it before, but it's so close now that I have to share, is my Frances pullover in Rowan felted tweed. I finished the body over the weekend, and I guessed on the length, and it was totally the perfect length, which was really lucky. But I held it up to a favorite sweater, and then I held it up to the other Frances that I've talked about before. This is the first version of the Frances, a 2-color, and this is the multicolor. And this one I know fits just right, and so I held this up to this and made sure, and they're like exactly the same. This is a different yarn. This was made in Rowan Island Blend, which has since been discontinued, but oh my gosh, I love this yarn. It feels so nice. But this sweater is like it's one of those perfect fitting sweaters. Like the sleeves are just right, the body length is just right. So I'm trying to make this one as close as I can, and luckily the gauge is really, really close to being the same, and I use the same size needles. So if you're ever looking for a substitute for Island Blend in gauge, it won't look the same or feel the same, but felted tweed knits up the same gauge, which is, for me anyway, which I love. And now I've got this multicolor version and this version, and it almost looks like 2 different sweaters, but it's the same sweater. So that's called Frances. It's by me. It's on Ravelry. I'm gonna get off Sleeve Island this week. I just got a little start on this last night as we were watching a movie together, and I just want to make these sleeves exactly like those sleeves and be done. So I'm excited to wear this. Also, I don't know if I ever shared it here, but I did the Contrast Blast sock along with Stephen West. What month was that? A couple months ago? I don't know if I ever shared it here. I have not finished the second sock, but I'm going to, because these socks are so much fun and they fit really well. And it was just, I've never done a sock along. I've never done one of his shawl knit alongs, although I'm thinking about doing the new Geo Gradient one because it's really interesting to me. But I did do one sock and it was really fun, and I have to buckle down and get the other one going. I've got like the cuff started. I just need to carry on. But I used this dark green teal color and this highlighter yellow, and they're both Madelinetosh Twist Light, I think, the sock yarn. And so I'm just gonna share that in case I haven't shared it. And if I have shared it before, I'm sorry to be redundant. Other things that oh gosh, I have like a lot of, I was thinking I didn't have other things in the needles, but I kind of do. I have started the Throwover by Andrea Mowry with some yarn that I bought at Rhinebeck last year. This is from Sock Hill Farms, and they're worsted, and it's in this kind of a navy dark color. And I have some Spin Cycle Dream State, the worsted, to go with it. And I think it's gonna be really fun to see these oranges and reds come out after the blues for the little, there's like a little color right here, like Fair Isle color work. And so I think this will be a quick one to kind of bust out because it's worsted. And I haven't done a worsted sweater in a long time, so this one just looked fun. My friend Erica and I saw a sample of this sweater at Rhinebeck last year at a shop. I cannot think of what the shop is called. One second, I'm gonna look. Perfect Blend. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. I see their stuff all the time on Instagram and Facebook. At Perfect Blend, they have a sample of the Throwover, and me and my friend Erica fell in love with it, so I'm making a Throwover with my Rhinebeck yarn from last year. And I've barely started, but I think it will go quick. But I have to finish my other sweater first. Once I get off Sleeve Island, then I can continue with this. But that's on the needles, and it's just kind of good to get things started sometimes, so you're kind of have a jumping off point. Then I also cast on another Andrea Mowry sweater, her sweater from last year, the Alpenglow that everybody made. I did not make one, but I wanted to, and it's still been on my mind. So I started an Alpenglow, These are my colors of Magpie plus a spin cycle. So blues and greens, and it's kind of going a lot of blues and greens lately, except for that red. Red is really different for me. Red and orange I usually don't do, so this is like a different, I don't know. I think it's so fun with this navy. So anyway, that's kind of my red, orange, green, blue. And then I also got a box from Rowan this week as a preview of their fall releases and collections. So I have been a Rowan ambassador for over 10 years with a group of other knitters from around the world. There's some from Germany and Spain and all over Canada, everywhere. And they send us like the seasonal books, which is amazing. And the Rowan magazine, which is, I collect these. For years I've collected these because they're so beautifully photographed and just full of beautiful designs. So I'll go over this in a minute. But I also decided I'm going to knit a sweater in the Rowan Tweed Haze. I'm getting all fuzzy this year, and this is definitely different for me. And I don't know what, I mean, everybody's kind of experimenting with mohair a little bit, but this sweater that I'm gonna make with this is called Whisk. Well, there's another one, there might be two. There's one from last season called Whisk that mixes these colors. Hold on, there's a yellow. It's like this palette, which is beautiful. Am I missing one? There's also like, you can kind of, well, I sort of have one of each because Rowan is very, very kind and hooks me up with like special yarns whenever they can, or if I have something I really want to make, sometimes they hook me up with that. But Whisk I'm going to do with the main color in this navy, and then the color work is kind of chevrons-ish, I think. And I will do the rest of these colors for those kind of stripy sections. I love this like periwinkle lavender blue, so pretty. So I'm gonna mix these on the top colorwork part, and then the main will be navy. And this is beautiful, beautiful yarn. And I'm excited to cast that on. I think this will go fast too, because it's not like a teeny tiny mohair. This is a pretty chunky yarn, and it's called Rowan Tweed Haze. I'm curious about the needle size now. US 10, that's perfect. That will go fast. So I'm excited to try that and kind of work on a Rowan piece. Is there another color? Wait. Oh yeah, the green. So yeah, I have to pick like 4, I believe, colors for the top section. Otherwise, if I change my mind, I have enough of the navy. There's also a Martin Story navy sweater in this yarn in the magazine that I really wanted to make too. So I might just make a solid navy, but this color work and having these colors in might be really fun. So I think I'm probably going for the color work. Let me kind of show you the books they sent. There is a 4 projects book in Moordale, which is one of my favorite yarns. I've done a lot of men's sweater designs in Moordale. It's a beautiful yarn. And this is kind of an accessories book with some really beautiful things. And a lot of places, if they're like a Rowan stockist, yarn shops, they're like local yarn shops, will carry these little booklets, and you can buy them at your yarn shop, or I believe you can get them from Quail Studio and maybe Rowan online. And some of these are available as online patterns as well. You kind of have to search around to find them because sometimes Rowan is a little different to find their patterns. But this is a beautiful new collection of the Moordale pieces. This, let's see, Rowan Autumn Winter at a Glance. There's a beautiful color work sweater that I believe is felted tweed on the front. And it shows some of the designs that are coming out in their new fall collections. I think this is like a big felted tweed. Oh, this is the Fine Tweed Haze, which is a new yarn. These beautiful pieces are in Fine Tweed Haze. And then Winter Classics. I am loving this one by Chloe Thurlow. Is it Chloe Thurlow? Yes, it is. And there's some really fun colorwork pieces here, but I love this. I think that's really fun. And there's a Kid Silk Haze section. Quick knits that are chunky. Ooh, Winter Haze. What is this? I love this whole set. And then there's some, holiday, wintry knits. And there's one sweater somewhere that was inspired by the movie The Holiday. I'll see if I can, I don't know if I have the book for that, but they also have this beautiful Mode by Rowan black and white collection. Is this the black and white or is this? There's, hold on. I think it's this one. It's really modern black and white pieces, which is totally something I love. Look how beautiful and classic. This whole book is gorgeous. Men and women's designs. I just love the layout of this one. This is very like editorial kind of. It's some really fun, let me find some sweaters here to show you. This one's amazing. I want to show you the pattern, so I just want to be careful. Here's a really cool men's sweater. Very basic wearable piece. Some men's accessories. This model's really great too. I've got a longer gray, almost tunic sweater. Ooh, a cardigan. And this is Mode at Rowan, which is kind of another division of their design team. And I've done a few pieces with Mode for Rowan as well. Not in this book, but in the past. Beautiful black sweater. This one is one I loved. Black and white stripes. Really nice. So that's the Mode at Rowan Collection 9 is what that's called. Then we've got a peek into autumn winter with the Mode. That might be some of the same things, just a smaller booklet for the stockists to kind of see. This is cool too, this little vesty type thing. Then we've got Winter Haze. This is beautiful. A lot of color blocking here. I'll show you the gallery here. This is the easiest way to show you. This is the Tweed Haze. This is the yarn that I was holding up a second ago that I'm using. They did a whole book just of this. So maybe I'll make something out of here because the season sweater from last season maybe is, I don't know, but this is the Tweed Haze. And so this book is all Tweed Haze. That's really fun. And they send us, oh yeah, this is like the whole overview of all the books and pieces that they're doing. They always include some fun sketches at the back from their designers to kind of show their whole process, which is interesting. This is kind of for the stores and the stockists who want to choose what they want to carry this fall. I think it's really interesting. Here's a nice autumn winter overview. And then they send a shade card, which is so valuable, especially as a designer, if I'm thinking of sending some designs their way or planning projects, especially for color work. It's really nice to see their shade cards. So fun, especially for that Kid Silk Haze and the Rowan Big Wool that I really like. Here's all the felted tweed. So many beautiful colors. And then, last but not least, we've got the Rowan magazine. This is magazine number 74. Gorgeous cover, beautiful, beautiful color work. And we've got, this is a felted tweed story. Beautiful. And if you're a subscriber, you might have already seen this, but I always, as soon as I get my copy of the Rowan magazine, I try to spend like a whole evening just going through page by page and just taking it all in because the photos are just extraordinary. The styling is always really fun. Here's some colorwork sweaters. These are beautiful. Scarves. This will definitely put you in the knitting mood and in the fall, like ready to knit sweaters. Here's some by Kafe Facet. And his classic multicolored style. I don't know if there's more. Oh yes, this one is the thing one I was thinking of. Beautiful multicolored jacket by Kafe. And there's just so much in this magazine. I could go on and on, but there's just a lot of color work, which is right on trend for, you know, this season and fall, or just ready to knit colorwork sweaters. These are beautiful. This dress, oh my gosh, this one right here, beautiful pieces. Anyway, that's Rowan magazine number 74. You can see a lot of it online, I believe, too, like some of the new patterns that are coming out, the new books. Go visit your local Rowan stockist and see what they've got, because there's so many books. This is just some of their books from this fall winter release. So they kind of ask us, like, which ones do you want to see? Which ones are you interested in knitting from? And so we kind of pick our favorites, and then we get to check them all out and knit from them and pick patterns that we want to make and kind of share the love online. So that's kind of my Rowan ambassador duty, which is really fun and very rewarding, and like we get the better end of the deal, I think. But yeah, that is basically what's on my needles, what I've finished over the weekend. I'm hoping to have more knitting time this week and to continue on my sleeves, on my Francis, and it's definitely getting to be sweater weather around here. It still warms up during the day, but you can definitely feel a chill in the air. The leaves are starting to fall, and so I'm ready to knit sweaters. Thanks for hanging out with me today and seeing what I'm working on. I'd love to hear what you're working on, so tell me in the comments, what are you knitting? What are you working on? What do you want to cast on? I personally, after the list of many things that I want to make, I love the Andrea Mowry Crewneck Weekender. I think everybody likes that one. That's a real classic wearable, kind of like this, you know, where you just, a plain sweater to throw on with jeans every day. That's like my favorite kind of knitting. So I'm definitely gonna make the Crewneck Weekender, and I have to look around for some yarn for that. I might have some in my stash because I think it's DK. So anyway, tell me what you're knitting. Thanks for hanging out, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.